Hi, this is Pernille from EventBiz. In this guide, we'll have a look at how you can customize your registration site. Once you've created your event, and if you fill in maybe some program, sponsors, exhibitors, etc., then your registration site preview could look something like this. It will have your logo here in the top left corner. You have your top menu with some information you might have been uploading in the system. You have the address, the event name. You have a section called Program. If you scroll down here, you could have a section called Sponsors. You have a Register Now section here where you have the access to integrate with LinkedIn or Facebook or simply click Register Now. You have Exhibitors, and maybe you have a map in the bottom. This is all sections that we've uploaded before in the system under modules. But when we look at how to customize your registration site, we will look at how you can move around these sections, how you can activate or deactivate them, how you can delete or write something else where you have your labels here, and also how you can customize your top menu up here so you can control which menus are activated and which ones are switched off. Okay, so let's scroll up again. In the top section here, you can also add a banner to give some more visualization to your registration site. So we'll also look at that. Okay, let's have a look. We'll go to the Event Center. I clicked on the Reg Site button here. And then we go to Customize. The first menu we meet here is the top menu. So, if you haven't filled anything in the two modules called Additional Information or General Information, you should switch them off here so they go gray, so they're not empty when the customers or your attendees will click on them. If you have entered any information and you want to specify what it is, could be maybe hotel information, then you can also change it here, like this. If you want to rearrange the order, so for example, the program comes first, you just drag and drop like this. If you want to visualize or make it known to potential attendees who have already signed up, you could activate the attendee list. But make sure you check your settings first so you're not revealing the email addresses and anything like this if you don't want to on your attendees. So let me switch off, by example, additional information. If I scroll down here, I will switch off maybe the gallery if I don't have any images to load. And then I say save. So when I go to the registration site now, and I click refresh, then you can see that it changed one of the top menus for hotel information, and it switched off the other one that was empty. So now you have the full overview here in the top. Okay, let's go back. Now I want to look at some banners. I want to upload a banner in the top to give my site a bit more visualization. So I click on listing, then I say add. When I say select type, then I have two different types. Top side banner is the one I want to upload. The other banner is a small or more narrow page breaker that you can add to another section in your registration site. For now, I'll take the top side banner. If you want to add a title or subtitle to your banner, you can print it here. If you want to reuse a banner from before, you click on Media Library, or else you just click Upload. And you finish by saving. Before we look at how it presents itself on the registration site, I'll just click here on Settings. If you had entered a title or subtitle, you need to activate it here. If you want to have the Register Now button also in your banner, you could also activate this one. And then you click Save. Okay, let's have a look here. Go to the registration site preview and I say refresh. Okay, so now you have an image here in the top or a banner, and you also have the registration button here. The green color here is the color that you have entered in branding. So of course you can always change that also if you feel like the green is a bit strong. Okay, so that was the top menu here and your banner images. If you upload more banners, it would automatically start to run in a slider. So you can have 2, 3 images if you feel like it. Okay, let me go down on the page here. This is the information you entered when you created your event from the very beginning. As such, you cannot edit in the format of this, the date and everything. And also you cannot change that it's with bold letters here and not here. What you can do is that you have the possibility of removing this banner with the date and everything. So if you wanted to rewrite this, you could choose to remove it and then use one of the sections where you have the option to write stuff, and then you could use the format you want. Let me show you where you can deactivate this banner. I go back here, and now I just need to scroll up here to General Registration Site Settings. Then I scroll down here, Display on Registration Site, Show Location and Date. If I deactivate this one, then I click Save, and I refresh. Then it's removed this whole section with the gray line from before. Okay, so that's where you can do that. Okay, so this was the top menu, the banner, and also the address and location banner. If you scroll down now the system becomes separated in sections. So the name of the event here is one section, program is another section, sponsors, exhibitors, also sections, and so forth. Okay? So if you want to activate or deactivate sections or rearrange the order, by example, then you need to go to sections. So let's go back here. Customize, sections. Here you have all the sections available in the registration site. As always, the orange ones are the ones that are activated and the gray ones are deactivated. So if you wanted to remove or switch the order to put the sponsors on top of the program, you just drag and drop here. If you don't want to show the sponsors, you could choose to deactivate them here. Let's do that with the exhibitors. We switch them off here. You can always control this activating and deactivating so it fits in your registration site. By example, if you're working on the program but it's not completely ready, then you could choose to deactivate it here and also in the top menu. And then once you're ready, you can activate it. So you control always what the attendees can see. Okay, so I go down and I click Save. So if I go back and I refresh, then exhibitors should be switched off and sponsors is now listed on top of the program. Okay? No exhibitors are now available here. You would still need to remember to switch them off up here, of course, if you don't want to have them listed here. Okay, so that was the sections. So as I mentioned before, these sections, the content of the sections is content that you have entered in modules under the different modules. You also have the possibility of writing some description text straight here on the registration site. Let's have a look at that. I go back and then I have this one called event description. So this is a sort of like when you work in Word, you have the possibilities of formatting the text, making it smaller or bigger, changing the type of writing and so forth. So let's try to put some text in here. When I copy paste text, I always go and use this little thing so it doesn't take any different formatting in the system. Okay. So what I could do now, I could centralize it here, and I could also maybe choose to make it a bit bigger, like this. Okay, and then I click Save. Let's have a look here, a refresh. So this is another section that you're creating. It's called the event description section. So here you have it now. And again, of course, you can change the order if you wanted to push it down or up and so forth. You can also add an image in this section. Let's have a look. I go back here. If I want to put an image in here, I want to do it by clicking here. Click upload. Search on your computer. Double click, say upload file to server. Here you can adjust the size. What's important is that the images that you enter in these description fields, they are not automatically resized for your attendees. So if they are looking at a PC, then it's all fine because they have a big screen. But if they're looking from a phone or from a tablet, then maybe your image is too wide. So you need to adjust it a bit and think about the narrow screen that they often look from their phone. So what I would do is maybe adjust this to 250 and then I say OK. Then I would always try to look on the phone to see how it presents itself there. Click Save. Go back. Refresh. And like this. Oh. Now you have the image here. So if you wanted to add more, instead of putting them next to each other, then I would put them in a long line instead, because then you would be sure that you could actually see them. Okay? Go back here. You have two additional sections, just like this one. They're called custom sections. It's basically exactly the same as we looked at before, but just two separate sections. So again, you would be able to place some text or some photos at the top of your registration site. Then you could have your program, and then again, you could put some more information here. You just need to remember to activate the sections right here. This is called Custom 1 and Custom 2. And always click Save, of course. Okay, let's have a look at the registration site. So now we looked at the top menu, how to organize that. The banner image, how you enter some event description text, and also how you can manage your sections going from top to bottom or deactivating them. Then we also have these labels here and there. Different labels could be select track, amazing speakers, and so forth. Different places, different labels. We go back to the event center, and then you click here on Customize Event Site Labels. Customize Event Site Labels one more time. And we now have this really nice search field where you can enter the label you're looking for and then change it directly. Never just go from the top to the bottom and thinking, okay, this one I don't think I will use, I'll delete it. Because maybe you're deleting something that will pop up later and then all of a sudden you're missing some text. So always look here and find what is it you want to change. So by example, if you wanted to change this text, select track, then we go back here. Now it's already just here, but if it was further down, I would write track here, search, and then the system will tell me where can it find this label. So it was select track I'm looking for, so I will just remove track. By example, if I wanted to write subject, do like this and save. So if I scroll down here, refresh. Now it has select subject instead. Okay, so I would say 99% of the labels that you meet somewhere along your registration site, they can be changed and customized event site labels. Okay, let's scroll down to see if we have everything. All right, this section here called Register Now. This consists of both some labels that you might want to change, and it also has this text here that you definitely want to change, because this is just nonsense text that we put in to show you that you have a space here for writing. So if I wanted to change this, then maybe I will just take a copy here, go back to the labels, put this one in the search field. And you can see it now finds different places. I know that I'm working in the Register Now section, so this would be the place to delete the text. And you can write something else if you want to. Click Save, go back and refresh. Let's see. Okay, so now it's gone the text here. Okay, so another thing here, you have the sign up with LinkedIn and sign up with Facebook. So if you don't want to present these social medias, you can also deactivate them. I go back here. I go to General Registration Site Settings. And then I scroll down here and then you have it here. Enable to register with LinkedIn. Enable to register with Facebook. So I deactivate these two. And I click Save. Scroll back. Refresh. And here we go. So this section is becoming smaller and smaller. So this is a way you can rename or delete or whatever your labels. They will be there somewhere, 99%. So the last thing I want to show you is if you want to put a certain amount of tickets on your event, and also if you want to put a latest date of registration, then also there will be some labels that pops up. So if you go back here, you put in, by example, 100 tickets and maybe a latest date for registration. And you click Save. Then we go here, refresh. Okay, so now you can see here in the Register Now section, there's a few changes here. By example, now you have a few more labels here. So if you want to change tickets left to something else, you would go change it in the same place as we looked before. The same with end date. But if you don't want to show this all together, by example, if you want to wait a bit to show how many tickets are left until there's a few, you can also remove this, deactivating it. So let's have a look. I go back here. And then it's also in this General Registration Site Settings. So I scroll down here. Display on registration site. Show tickets left and show time left. These two you can deactivate. Click Save. Upload or update. And then it's removed. The setting is still there. It's counting the tickets and the latest date for registration, but it's just not visible. So this you can also adjust. Okay, I think that's all for now. Thank you for watching.